Can you share a little bit about yourself and the type of shoulder pain you were experiencing before working with us?
I've always had kind of we talked about some of the muscle tightness and things like that, but
Yeah.
a lot more recently, I started having a lot of pain in my AC. I started having trouble reaching for things, just general things. I was having a hard time sleeping on my side. I spent a lot of time on the couch, and then so I was ready to try something new. I've been through a couple different rounds of therapy.
You did that. You
The
right.
sweatshop type stuff. And I went to some people that did some hands-on things, but it was more anecdotal, like, "Hey, try this. Hey, try this. Hey, try this." I mean, when the hands-on and they did a lot with me, I mean, that was great, and they gave me some good stretches to do, which is that's something I wanna talk to you about later is stretches.
Yeah.
Um, but again, there wasn't a level of I mean, you gotta go back a few times a week and take off work or do something. So just, you go for 12 weeks and then you're a little bit better. And then again, you stop, you don't stick to a plan, then it just kind of declines. So I
You
think
did you
that,
did some dry needling too, right?
yeah, I did dry needling. I've tried all kinds of stuff. Again, this has been years of it. It's just varied over time. And recently it got worse. I think I got they showed some arthritis in there, a torn labrum and just other stuff. So I was like, dude, I saw your thing about, no surgery. I'm like, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy having a task to do because task oriented.
What made you decide to work with us as like a virtual shoulder specialist?
Um, Again, I saw your information and I mean, we had some dialogue back and forth and then we had the call and you showed me a couple things and I feel like it was what did we do? We did something, I don't know, if it was the medial nerve glides or something, but we did one exercise and maybe it was the first ribs. I don't think so, but we did an exercise and then like
It was
it,
it was the first rib mobs because we saw the nerve tension and then like all that like tension through the like kind of upper tract like area there.
now, I could actually move. I was like, wow, one exercise to me, I would thought, okay, that was enough for me to go, all right. I mean, like you say, stack some wins. We could stack some wins like this and just keep building from it. It's a lot better.
Yeah, now for you, like, just kinda bringing up, like, the assessment, because that's kinda what we're talking through here. What was maybe different from some of the assessments that we were doing compared to the PT that, like, you saw over that time?
Well, I guess again, there was two different ones. The one, I mean, they were super nice folks, but it was, hey, here's your stuff. I evaluate you, turn you over to go do the hand bike and do maybe a couple lat pull downs. It was at the end they put did they put the tins on?
Stim and ice?
So we're yeah, we
Yeah.
put that on and it was fine.
You know why they do that?
Mm.
Because if you have it on for 8 minutes, they bill another code for your insurance, and same thing when you were on that arm bike. I'm sure you were they said, "Oh, yeah, give me 8 to 10 minutes."
It was 10 minutes. It was 5 forward and 5 backwards.
There's an exact
That's
re
why I say sweatshop. That's how he played it, It's just they're turning it into tournament because I was like, at my other place, you could never see as many people as they saw in a day because they take you
it just
hands on the entire time over at the other place, and they're great. They're
you
great.
know, yeah.
Again,
Hard when you have
I'm
4
not there daily. I didn't get a game plan and had I probably had something like that. And I could say, if there's a yes, do this many times and this many times and this many times, like a half hour chat with them doing stuff, and
yeah.
but I love them. Again, it's me. It's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Yeah, you use that line on them. What did you think about the way that we structured your rehab program? What, like, was maybe unique or different that stood out to you?
Um, I did like what I liked about it again, going back to the app, it is pretty easy to follow, and I liked that you had demonstrated the workouts out there. If there was any question, you could always come back to that and just verify that you're doing things the right way. Because I noted, at one point I'd done some exercise, I'm like, "Man, that doesn't feel this. Let me just go back and see." And then I was like, "Oh, yeah, I should have been doing like this instead." And so,
Yeah.
anyway, I did like that, and again, it's structured differently because it's kinda learn at your own pace, right? You go at your own pace, you go through life, you don't have to stop and say, "Hey, 1 o'clock, I gotta do this." It's you do what you can do, I liked the communication back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were very
But
good about the communication message every single day where you gave me, like,
and
that summary, you broke down each exercise one by one.
everything was really good going back and forth, and you gave me some good insight and, pumped me up and, try to keep me motivated and all that stuff, so I enjoyed that, and then I guess when we did our halfway through check-in, that was nice to see. You don't consider when you're in it, the progress you're making, right? Because, you still have pain, but had you considered the type of pain you're in before we got to that point? Maybe not. You're just like, Now I can reach, now I can do things without really hurting," and
You always have
I
to zoom out both directions, right? You have to compare yourself to 6 months ago because, like, when you're in the day to day, you're in the trenches doing the
yeah,
exercise, it's hard to see the progress, but when you're like, "Oh, man, 6 months ago? Yeah, that's better."
yeah,
Can you touch on sleep, kinda where you were at before to kinda where you're at now with the shoulder? Sleep's a
yeah.
a lot of people,
So, I was having and it was when I first started making the transition back to the bed, I would wake up and I'd be still in some pain, but I wanted to get back to the bed, so I just kept, you know I kept doing the work, and I just kept trying to adjust my sleeping practices to where I could find that comfortable position because I've always had issues staying asleep. I toss and turn a lot, so finding some very comfortable position. Then again, with the work, it helped it hurt less, so that just became easier.
what are your key takeaways from, like, this that you're gonna keep and take with you for, like, the long-term health for the shoulders?
Well, I think it's the key to everything. It's just you gotta keep moving. I wanna be around and be able to do things with my grandkids and so I think that applies everywhere. I quit drinking and just started focusing more on my health. I went back, not that I probably need it, but I went back. I started seeing my therapist again because I used to go a lot and then I stopped, and so now I'm trying to do once a month, once every 6 weeks, whether I need it or not, kind of a thing. Because I think that mental health is important. So if you don't have it here, you don't have it the rest of the way, and so you have to, again, keep moving. I'm gonna apply it to that, and then I figure we still have some things to talk. You gave me some things, talk more about, strength and conditioning, but, I just wanna keep going. I know
Oh,
because
more like killer.
when you stop, that's when it goes down 'cause
Yeah,
that's how my shoulder got so bad is because I was hurting, and then I just stopped doing things, and it
yeah.
just got worse, so
One thing that we talked about a lot and, like, was, like, the pain traffic light, right? Where I was like, "You know what? Keep it in the yellow, make sure it doesn't go in the red." Can you tell me, like, your takeaways from, like, that traffic light and how you used it?
yeah, I mean, and I think I have a higher tolerance for pain than a lot of people because I mean, I do know what a real 10 feels like. Um, I did use it because again, it's you have a guide to say, "All right, here's where you need to stop." And so it's helpful to know that, all right, you're comfortable with me in this range, but you're not comfortable with me in this range. So why would I not listen to you, right? So if my body's telling me stop, you're telling me stop, I should probably stop. Look, I'm married. I listen.
What would you say to someone who's hesitant about starting an online virtual shoulder rehab program with us?
Um, Man, so it is an investment, but to me, it was worth it. It relit the fire I needed to get back and doing the right things again. Because again, you get stuck in that mode of, "Man, I don't feel good," and you start dwelling on your pain versus other things, right? And so I'll even admit there was a point in the program, I guess week 5, I just sat at the counter, started crying. I was like, "I don't know if I'm ever gonna not hurt again," you know? And then it was like the next week, I was like, "Wow, I blew my arm again." So
Stuck with it, brother. That's the key.
yeah, for me, the investment is worth it, but as you know, I mean, you have to put in the work, otherwise you're wasting your money.